This demonstration is going to be the difference between a parent constraint and an orient constraint. With a parent constraint, you can relate the position, which is the translation and rotation, of one object to another, so that they behave as if part of a parent-child relationship that has multiple target parents. An orient constraint matches the orientation, also known as the rotation, of one object to one or more other objects. So we are going to demonstrate this with this axe model I created. It simply has a simple thong on it right now with a little bit of spec to it so that you can fairly clearly see the model. Now the first thing you have to take into account when you set your constraints is where the pivot point of the object is. So right now you can see that I have my object selected, my axe, and the pivot point is in the center of the axe. Well, that means that when I constrain the axe to this locator here, what's going to happen is it's going to rotate incorrectly. It's not going to rotate from where the actual locator is. It's going to rotate from the center of the axe. So let's demonstrate. So if I select my locator and then select my axe, and we'll show you both ways to do it by selecting the axe and then selecting the locator, like switching the order. I'm going to go to Constraint Orient Options box. You should always open it, edit, reset settings. We don't have maintain offset right now. And if I hit apply, it will apply but keep the box open. So now I have applied it, and when I select my locator, you can see that my axe is rotating, that my locator is driving that rotation, but it's not from where the locator is located. So what we can do is we can go to the axe and we could delete the orient constraint because the constraint is on it. So if we were to select our axe and then our locator and constrain, then that means the constraint is actually on the locator. And let's take a look at that in the channels box so you can see. So you can see that there is a blue next to the rotate X, Y, and Z. But that means we would have to move the axe to rotate the locator. So let's get rid of this. We want the locator to drive the axe, and we want it to drive the axe properly. So we need to change the pivot point of the axe. I'm going to hit D as in dog on the keyboard, press V as in Victor, and I'm going to snap it to the center of the handle of the axe here, and then I'm going to hit D as in dog again. And it should be rotating properly now. So I'm going to select my locator, shift select my axe, and hit apply for my orient constraint. Now I can select my locator, and it is rotating my axe correctly. Now orient constraints only rotate. They do not translate. So if I try to move my axe with the locator, it does not work. All right, let's demonstrate a parent constraint. So this locator here is going to be my parent constraint. As you see, I already named it parent. And I am going to, and in this case, it actually doesn't really matter where my pivot point for my my axe is, but it is in the correct place now. So I'm going to grab my locator, and I'm going to shift select my axe, and I'm going to go to Constrain Parent Options box, and I'm going to reset my settings. Now maintain offset is checked, and we can uncheck it and see what happens. We hit apply, and when we uncheck maintain offset, you can see what happened. Our axe jumped to our locator. So it works. Our locator, works. It can rotate it, it can move it. If we did not want our locator to move, or our axe to move, we would click maintain offset on. So I'm going to select my locator again, shift select my axe, and hit apply. Now, as you can see, the axe or the object stays where it is. And now if I just select my locator I can move my axe, and I can rotate my axe. And if we select the axe object itself, you will see that those blue squares or rectangles are in both the translate and rotation channels, because parent constraints affect both the translation and rotation of an object. Well, that's it for a demonstration between orient constraints and parent constraints. Until next time, bye-bye.